Guys, so today we have another review, and this is a beer from Russian River. This is Pliny the Elder, 8% double IPA, famous beer, rated one of the top beers in the world, or double IPAs in the world. You might have seen, I'll post a link below to me reviewing this beer probably a few months ago, but I ended up getting this bottle as an extra. I like re-reviewing beers, you know, to check my experience and see if my palate changes or whether my opinion of a beer changes. And I'd like to post this for you guys to show you that I'm reevaluating beers. My opinions can change, and let's see what happens. Right? They could be consistent or they could change. Who knows? So let's dig in. Very old beer, the original double IPA. Very excited. So beer comes in a nice clear. Yeah, it's filtered. A really rich golden orange. A nice fluffy head on that. Let's get the aroma on this. Wow, I'm digging for it. Yeah, very strange. This reminds me of the last bottle that I had a few months ago. This is a muted aromatic experience. The first times having this beer, maybe my palate has changed very much, and I expect different things from the aromatics of a beer. But I remember early on being, very impressed with how explosive Pliny the Elder was. By the way, this beer is 6 weeks fresh or old. This bottle reminds me very much of the last bottle. It's like a 4 out of 10 or 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 of hoppiness. It has the notes of a West Coast double IPA, but it doesn't pop. Spicy herbaceous, grapefruit, a little bit of orange sweetness, sugary sweetness, bready malt, a sugar covered green grass, a little bit of again, straight herbaceous, piney. Cheers. Yep. Very much reminds me of the last review of this beer. Very similar. Wow. I will say this one's a little bit more bitter. Up front, you're just smacked with a good amount of bitterness. I would say medium to medium plus bitterness. Nice base of piney bitterness, again, green grass, herbaceous. Think of something like the bitterness of a green tea or black tea. Then you get a little bit of a fruity sweetness, a little bit of orange, a little bit of grapefruit. A good amount of sweet grapefruit wrapped around with a piney kind of quality. Pine needles, very familiar West Coast double IPA flavors. There's also this wonderful note. Again, I said it in my previous review of this beer. It has a sugary sweetness that's good. It's a crisp sweetness. Again, reminds me of foreign Coca-Cola that is made with pure cane sugar instead of high fructose. If you've had the two, you can probably tell the difference. There's just this crispness about pure cane sugar Coca-Cola. I generally don't like drinking sugared colas, but the sugar ones just have a little bit of crisp, clean quality, and this one has that. A sugary sweetness, a little bit of breadiness, but it flies off very nicely. You're matched on with a little bit of pine bitterness on the back end. Nice and clean, a little bit of dry. Mouthfeel is medium. The sugary sweetness really does help the beer. It makes the beer almost chewy of sweetness, but then it falls away very nicely. Yeah, medium mouthfeel. I'm going to follow with what I thought about the last beer. It's very similar. Aromatic issues. Doesn't really pop on the palate, but I do really like that malt bill. A beer that I would recommend compared to this would be Knee Deep's Lupulin River. They put out a double IPA, and I was very impressed. I saw people recommending that beer. That beer is very much of this style, the classic West Coast flavors, but it popped. It popped on the aroma, it popped on the flavors. Really nice, crisp and clean malt bill. I highly recommend that beer. But yeah, until next time, guys, cheers. This beer from me is getting a 93, nowhere close to the top 100 out of 100 or one of the top beers in the world. Definitely not there for me. Let me know about your experiences with Pliny the Elder. I don't know why the last two, this bottle and the most previous one I had, were just, muted. Or maybe that's just a beer. Maybe that's batch issues. I don't know. Let me know. Post in the comments. Let me know what you think about Pliny the Elder. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.